A fun way to start the day and nothing to embarrass you in front of the kids. Family Life Mornings.
Wait, what beautiful pictures after their wedding, in front of the fireplace and sitting in the rocking chairs and playing with a giant checkers board.
Yeah.
Wait,
wait.
what? Katrina and Travis, they had their photos taken at Cracker Barrel. Because that's where they met.
Did they play with a little triangle thing with the pokey
Well,
things?
you have to be careful with that because when you're just married, even if your wife leaves more than 4 pegs, you're not to call her an ignoramus.
Starting your day with a smile and a dose of encouragement, too. Family Life Mornings.
This was pretty amazing when the Australian couple started. They planted for cabbage back in April, and they paid a lot of attention to it and made sure nothing went wrong. So from April to January, so I'm not sure if that's a long time for a cabbage to grow to full size or
seems like a long time,
not.
but I don't know.
Well, it seemed like it was plenty of time because this cabbage, I don't know the exact weight, but they say it's almost as big as a human being, a person. This cabbage is as big as a person.
Here, it takes about 70 days. So that's like a really long time.
They made sure. That's why I grew
big
it
as a
so large.
person?
As big as a person. So if I was growing it, I'm sure, everything would go wrong. It'd be like a Murphy's Law kind of thing where whatever could go wrong would go wrong.
Would go wrong.
Of course, this cabbage would be like if you threw it, that law of gravity. And now there's a brand new law with a cabbage this big.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
You know it. Come on now.
I do.
It's a new law with a cabbage this big. That would be
coleslaw.
Coleslaw. Yeah.
Coleslaw.
What a long way to get that, didn't I? But true story.
It's a creamy salad with cabbage and mayonnaise.
It's a large cabbage.
The coleslaw.
Start your day with 3 good eggs who go over easy. It's Steve, Therese, and Randy on Family Life. A friend you can turn to.
Are your feet cold? You'd be better off asking me if my feet are not cold because most of the time I would say yes.
Okay.
So when I see, gadgets, inventions to help warm feet, I'm always interested. There's these new slippers that go in the microwave.
Whoa.
So you heat them up and you put them on and they're like toasty warm. Yeah. So I thought about how that would go. And I think about that cup of coffee that gets cold and I microwave it. And my slippers would probably be sitting in there an hour later and I'd heat them up again and again.
Oh, yeah.
And again, my feet would still be cold.
What'd your coffee smell like?
Because 3 hosts are better than 1. Or 2 for that matter. This is Family Life, and we are a friend you can turn to.
Martha Everett lost her purse.
Oh, dear.
It's not the end of the story, though.
Oh.
She lost it when she was a senior in high school.
Oh.
Still not the end of the story, though. Martha Everett's now 82 years old. That's not the end of the story. No, we're still not at the end yet. You hang in there.
Okay.
They finally found the purse from 1955 that's still not the end of the story. Behind a science classroom cabinet when old Jefferson High School was being torn down. They found Martha Everett's purse. Now, this is interesting. I'm going to compare her purse with what might be in your purse, Therese, for instance.
Okay.
You have a wallet in your purse, probably.
Sure.
So did she.
Good.
Photos in your purse? If your phone's
no, just
there,
on my phone. I don't have any actual photos, though.
Yeah, that's different. Lipstick. You have any lipstick in your purse?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. I love this because this was my favorite gum. She had juicy fruit gum wrappers. Do you have any gum or candy in your? Or
if
whatever?
I have gum, it's going to be sugar-free, not juicy fruit.
Right.
But boy, that stuff's good for about 4 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. It is, and then I spit it out after that. Here's how you knew it was from 1955. There was a letter in there inviting Martha to the prom. They don't send letters anymore to invite people. Sometimes they probably just text or something.
Different kind of promposal there.
You know we're friends because we're already on a first-name basis. It's Family Life Mornings with Steve, Therese, and Randy from Family Life, a friend you can turn to.
Robert Fink, on January 2nd, 2019, received a Western Union telegram. It said, "Sorry, we cannot be there to applaud when you get your diploma, but our hearts and best wishes are with you. Love, Dr. and Mrs. Fishman." Anything seem out of place so far? It didn't to me right away.
You're reading something factual. That seems suspicious.
That's true. That's an excellent point. Now, this is a true story, but wait a minute. Western Union telegrams, they stopped sending them back in 2008, I believe was the...
And he just got it now?
January 2nd.
Well, why is that?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Now we get into more. Robert Fink is a 71-year-old clinical psychologist and professor of counseling at Oakland University, right outside of Detroit. And Dr. and Mrs. Fishman sent that telegram 50 years ago.
I was going to say, if he's like clinical at this point, he probably already graduated.
He graduated, yeah.
Huh. So they stopped sending those, huh?
Yeah, they did, but it finally got to Robert Fink, who now has the distinction of being the recipient of the very last Western Union telegram ever delivered. Not the last one sent.
Because we don't know. There could be other ones from 50 years ago.
Yeah, and he said, I knew I'd get a distinction for something in my life. And now he has it. So, yeah, they don't send telegrams anymore. So I'm glad he finally got it, though.
Finally.
Very nice.
Thanks for choosing to start the day with us. Family Life Mornings.
I was reading how to talk to your kids about gossip, and there were a couple questions. Ask, is it true? You know, if your kids are talking with their friends about something and somebody else's name pops up, is what you're saying true? Is it kind? And would you feel good if somebody said that about you? And if any of those answers are no, then cut it out. Zip it, lock it, put it in your pocket. And I was like, yeah, that's great advice for kids. And grown-ups too.
If you could smell our morning show, it would smell like bacon and coffee and cinnamon rolls and, oh great, now I'm hungry. This is Family Life, a friend you could turn to.
National Tug-a-War Day, but it's been a long time since we've actually played with that rope, the tug-of-war. And so on this nice sunny day, a little cold, but we can still play those games that we haven't played in a long, long time. So we're asking you, what game do you want to play today that you haven't played since maybe you were a kid?
Yeah, this one you just need like a pen and paper. Rebecca in Meadville says tic-tac-toe. It's been a long time for tic-tac-toe. Yeah. Chet in Port Byron likes Connect Four. I know some places you can play like the big Connect Fours. Those are really fun. And then Sharon in Montgomery, this one doesn't work though for youth group, because you got boys and girls. Twister. That's no-no.
Oh, that's a no-no. All right, we're asking you now. Hi there, what's your name? Oh, no, wait a minute. Here we go. Simon Says. What's your name?
Stephanie from Bradford and backyard football.
Oh,
I
backyard.
used to play when I was a kid.
Thanks, bye-bye.
Ash from Mansfield, Pennsylvania, and it would be a tie between Duck, Duck, Goose and Heads Up, 7-Up.
Oh, that's a good one. Heads Up, 7-Up. I remember that in class. Did you ever peek?
Yep.
Did you peek? You peeked, didn't you?
I probably did.
I'm sure. We all peeked.
Jim, Elmira, and Capture the Flag.
Capture the Flag. A great one. Thank you.
Louise, Uniondale, PA. And I can think of 3 on top of my head.
Okay.
Pick Up Sticks, Tiddlywinks, and Jacks.
Ooh, those are all good.
You want to stay indoors today and play. That's fun.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm John from Erie, and I want to play Red Rover, except I have a feeling there'd be a lot of people with dislocated shoulders. And it was when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's always fun until somebody gets hurt.
Yeah, that's what Mom always says.
Thanks for making us a part of your day. We're a friend you can turn to. Family Life.
NASA has a job opening, and you might be qualified. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to get this one.
Okay.
In the 2030s, they're planning on going to Mars.
Okay.
Now, the thing is that to go to Mars takes a little while. In fact, it's like a 2-year trip. And so they're kind of worried about how the astronauts are going to deal with the social ramifications of that. Isolation and just being separated from their family so much. And so they're looking for, a class clown to join the trip to Mars because they're looking for somebody who can kind of keep a sense of humor and keep things light.
What year? What year is this? Like 20?
The 2030s, which is really only, 11 years from now.
Away.
Yeah.
I might know just the person.
You know somebody who'd be good for this.
Hey, by the way, did you know why astronauts don't get hungry after blasting off into space, by the way?
Why is that?
Well, because they've just had a big launch. Oh, this is good. This gives me time to practice. I have 11 years to practice.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that thinks you might not have quite the sense of humor that's required.
Wow.
But then there's a part of me thinking about sending you to Mars for 2 years.
They're here to wake you up, pick you up, and lift you up. Steve, Therese, and Randy on Family Life, a friend you can turn to.
Steve, Therese, and
Oh, yeah. That other guy.
Randy's been out. I mean, he was supposed to be off for the break, but even last week he was off a couple days because of the flu. And the flu spreads like crazy at work. I don't know if you've noticed that. It's like if one person gets sick at work, you're going to have 10 people sick at work, because we work in close quarters for hours and hours a day. So this one office cleaning company has some great tips. First of all, if somebody in your office gets sick, especially if it's the flu, tell your cleaning company because those are the people who can do a little extra on all the doorknobs and, all the surfaces while nobody's in the building. And then that maybe will help stop the spread of it. So let them know. And one of the areas they say that people overlook is the conference room chairs. Because, you sit there and you put your arms down, your hands in the arms. And, so you got to clean all that stuff. Let's be flu-free.
While you're packing your lunch, they're packing your mornings with a whole lot of fun. It's Steve, Therese, and Randy on Family Life, a friend you can turn to.
This teacher assigned her class a poetry assignment. So write a poem. I know you would write a haiku. That's like your favorite kind of poetry. But these kids could write about anything, So she's expecting poems about like unicorns and soccer and stuff. But this one 10-year-old boy wrote what it's like to struggle with autism. So just hear this out. I am odd. I am new. I wonder if you are too. I hear voices in the air. I see you don't, and that's not fair. I want to not feel blue. I am odd. I am new. I pretend that you are too. I feel like a boy in outer space. I touch the stars and feel out of place. I worry what others might think. I cry when people laugh. It makes me shrink. I am odd. I am new. I understand now. So are you. I say I feel like a castaway. I dream of a day when that's okay. I try to fit in. I hope someday I do. I am odd. I am new.
Family Life Mornings with Steve, Therese, and Randy. Thanks for making us part of your day. We're a friend you can turn to.
We had an interesting conversation the other day, and we all know that cardio workout is important to get the heart going and that kind of thing. But I heard somebody discussing, like, what's your best cardio workout around the house? In other words, just in your normal chores, not a special exercise thing that you do at home, but things that you do. So I asked myself that question. It's like, well, I have a riding mower, but there are parts of the lawn that I use the push mower, and that would probably be, because you see me around the hallways there. I walk fast anyway.
You're a fast walker.
A fast walker. So I do that even when I'm mowing the lawn. So that would be my answer. My answer would be a chore. Mowing the lawn by, just a push mower, that would be mine. Do you have one?
It would be vacuuming, hands down, which is kind of like mowing the lawn, but inside.
That's true. And not as much grass involved, hopefully.
There's not the allergens aren't quite as bad. I mean, I guess there's dust, but yeah, I mean, because I really get into it. Like I move furniture and use the wand attachment, and I get the vents up high and
a little weightlifting.
Yeah, so I get a little
stretching,
exactly.
Weights, that kind
if
of thing.
I'm cold and I vacuum, I'm sweating by the time I'm done.
What's it for you, Mary in Collins, New York? Hello.
My really good cardio workout is putting all the kids in their snowsuits. We have 6 kids, and when they need to go outside, it's a cardio workout to get them all in their snowsuits.
But here's the thing. It's the duration, too. If I'm correct, if I remember those days, and I didn't have 6, I only had 2 to put in. But you put them in a snowsuit, and they go outside and play. Then they come back in, and you take them out. And then you have to, 30 minutes later, 45 minutes later, let's do it again. Let's go and do it again.
Well, you also have to factor in that halfway through getting it on, they forgot something that needed to go on before the overalls, and then when you get them dressed, they've got to go to the bathrooms, then you take them back out. So it can last that's a 30-minute cardio workout at least.
Family Life Mornings, the nicest way to start your day on Family Life.